When we started The Skin Deep in 2014, everything began with one question. How is the emotional experience of being human changing in lieu of all these technological changes? That inquiry led us, me and my team, to create the AND Project, creating the space and using well-constructed questions to illuminate human relationships. 13 years and thousands of conversations later, we've witnessed and shared countless powerful moments of human connection. Now, we're on a journey to better understand the power of human emotion, but through science. What can we learn through more scientific understanding of human connection? How can a better understanding of human connection help us solve some of our society's biggest challenges? Join us as we begin this exploration into new territory to better understand and quantify the transformative power of deeper human connection.
One of the things we study in our laboratory is emotion and emotional experiences, but it's really difficult to create an emotional experience in the laboratory that we can measure people's brain activity for. How do we elicit real experiences that are much more complex and diverse? And media content, I think, comes to mind. To have people watch those things to create an emotional experience so we can study what an emotional experience is in the brain is kind of one of the early things we're thinking of doing with these videos.
Can you walk us through what's going to happen?
Yeah, so this is a 3 Tesla scanner. Basically, primarily, we're just going to be scanning the head, but you can use this for all types of MRI stuff. Their head's going to go right there, which is the back part of the head coil. And then there'll be another front part that attaches on once their head's in. And then we're going to attach a mirror to the front of the head coil, which then allows them, while they're sitting, to see the projector that's played in reverse. So then they can see what's on the screen and watch the video.
Hi Chelsea, are you doing okay?
Yeah, maybe a little bit louder for you.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's great, thank you.
Okay, thanks. So I'm running a study. The purpose is to find what people are feeling as they're watching a stimulus and see what kind of feeling states we can find as it dynamically moves through time. So we'll be collecting facial expressions, physio data, and then self-report ratings throughout the entire video. And by triangulating on a lot of different modalities, we'll be able to make an inference that brain activity is maybe indicating some form of sadness or anger.
What do you show them at the end? What have you selected?
The one that's the couple who lost their child.
Laura and Brad, yeah.
We wanted a video that would evoke an actual emotional experience, and so that is why we went with this one.
Most of us, when we watched it, it was really hard not to feel pretty strongly for them.
What do you miss most about our son? This is where the happy thoughts come.
People have used movies to study emotions in the brain. And I think something specifically interesting about your content, the AND, is that it shows a organic human interaction, especially this one because it wasn't edited. And something about viewing a social interaction where you might be able to empathize with and knowing that it was something that happened in real life is, I think, very emotionally evocative. And so I think that's what makes it really unique compared to other movies that were meant to create some type of emotional experience. But there's something about this that's very organic. It requires testing it in many different ways and assuming that it's the signal that you're seeing is not true. And so,
and that's what it is, right? Scientific method is testing your hypothesis and trying to find as many ways it could be wrong.
Right, yeah.
And
then if you can't falsify it, then maybe it's true.
Maybe it's
true.
Maybe. Until the next thing comes out.
Yeah. I feel like I described my experience throughout this like research journey as like being dropped into the forest and like I have no idea where I am, but I'm just like jungling through trying to find answers. So that's exactly how I feel.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
Why do you feel it's important to even pursue this endeavor that's so challenging to come to some kind of conclusion?
Yeah. Why spend so much time studying something that seems almost impossible? Can we tell how people are feeling from brain activity? Maybe in one person's career or lifetime, you're never really going to answer that. But if you can do something to build the thing that leads to the next thing, or some new instrument that other people are going to use and build on, we kind of like build through people collectively and asynchronously, like a path to discovering things that are completely unknown. It might fundamentally change the way we think about things.
You know, when we first started the concept of filming the and, we didn't really know if it would make sense at all. Just two people sitting down opposite each other and talking? Would that be interesting to anyone else? But over time, tens, hundreds, thousands of conversations later, patterns emerged and the complexity and profundity of human relationships has become clear. Now, 13 years into this project, it feels like we're still very much in the early stages of this journey to illuminate the breadth and beauty of human connection. And to be able to contribute to these kinds of scientific inquiries, to understand and quantify human emotion, to see how it works, why it works, how to construct it, how to create the space for it. It's not just exciting, it's humbling. So we don't know where we're going, but we know we're going to find interesting answers because we're asking good questions.
These long pauses in conversation actually are moments of increased connection.
If all your information you're getting about the world is through social media platforms, you're basically getting a very biased view, which is actually the opposite of ones that we get in real life.
But hopefully this research can make people appreciate the value of face-to-face interaction